Well, wow, that was an interesting weekend, eh, folks? Lots of things went on. We're talking about some stuff. It's DA Wrestling. It's Andrew. It's a wrestling YouTube guy. Hey, let's do this. On today's show, we're going to talk what happened at an indie show, the return of Karrion Kross, or Killer Kross. Yeah, that happened. We're going to talk about WrestlePalooza, some stuff that happened on Heatwave, NXT, some people taking time off from AEW. Let's talk about this stuff. Before we get farther into this, guys, let's make sure you like, share, subscribe down below. I know, small click for you, big click for us here at DA Wrestling. We appreciate it all. Thank you very much for pressing that little button. Small little click though. Just do that. It's on the bottom of the bottom thing says subscribe. Just do that. Also, if you want to hear the audio version, well, we're on Spotify as well as Podbean. All right. Let's get started with this stuff here, folks. Let's start off with the indie stuff there. So, big thing happened. Rampage Jackson's son injured a U.S. veteran wrestler, right? In an indie show for, I think it was called Kronk Wrestling, I believe it's in L.A. One of those things like that. So apparently it was supposed to be like a work, right? There's footage been shown via the internet of his name. His name is Raja, I think it is. He's Rampage Jackson's former UFC champion, Rampage Jackson's son, who Rampage has trained. Now apparently there's some footage early on in the evening, right, where the wrestler took a shot with a fake bottle, I guess it was, hit over his head. Kid didn't flinch. Kid didn't like that very much, and his whole bunch of videos back and forth saying he's gonna get him again, get back at him. Apparently there's this video footage also of the man apologizing to him, saying it's just a work, all these things, explaining stuff over. Apparently went too far though, because during the match, Raj goes in, suplexes the guy, and the guy was pretty much laid out after that, right? And then continues to start to beat the pump bibbling hell out of him. Literally beat the living hell out of him. Person was apparently stretchered off, sent to the hospital. They're saying he might die, but apparently he's coming out saying he's fine now. Rampage Jackson has put out a statement about the whole thing, saying he does not condone what happened in the slightest. Right? Some things that need to be done about it, such. A lot of people out there in here saying this kid should be arrested. There are charges apparently possibly incoming from LAPD about it. So they are going to be talking about the kid about this stuff too. So how do you feel about this stuff here? I know a lot of people have said that he should go to jail. He shouldn't be anywhere near this stuff. I know some people have supported the kid as well. I'm kind of on the fence about the whole thing. I'm going to see what it still is. Maybe it worked. A lot of people say it was a work because after the people in the wrestling match pinned him shortly after. So time will tell and see what happens. There has been a lot of footage that come out saying that, hey, he was going to get him, all that stuff for what he did. He's embarrassed by this. Isn't me, right? How dare how this guy do this to me? So time will tell as to what goes on with this, but hopefully, with the wrestler there, his name was Sky Suti or something like that. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully everything's all fine, but not good for Rampage's kid. I mean, if it's just a work and all stuff, it's fine. It would probably blow over. But there was a lot of stuff about this over the weekend. So let's see what happens there. Do I think the kid should be thrown in jail for this? I don't know. Right? I don't know. Like it all depends on him, on the person who was involved with it. We'll see what happens there. Hopefully he's fine. Hopefully the individual that happened to, hopefully he is fine and he is doing okay. Moving on though. Karrion Kross is back. Back to Killer Kross, that is. Showed up a GCW event there, right? Where he attacked Matt Cardona in his match against Shotzi Blackheart. Right? And beating the hell out of Cardona, right? Had a promo shoot say this is not a work here, never happened. This is a work. This isn't a work. Any of those things. This is true. It's happening. Karrion Kross back in the Indies. With GCW. He is facing Matt Cardona, I believe, in October. So, welcome back here. Welcome back, Killer Kross. Huge ovation at the event at GCW. It was huge. Working with Matt Cardona is a big thing too. Matt Cardona is huge on the indie scene. Good for them. You know, maybe this WWE wasn't a work, or WWE's going to see that, realize they screwed up, and sign him back right back to WWE. Who knows? Maybe third time around. But it'd be good to see what happens with Killer Kross. Look, WWE probably dropped the ball here on him. Not a good showing for WWE for doing this. But hey, you just let go probably the biggest free agent there is out there right now. And you did nothing. Joke's on you. The guy goes out and makes more money than he would ever offer him. Seriously. Joke's on you. All right. Now, we now know that the event that's happening on September 20th. The same day as All Out in Toronto. It's called WWE WrestlePalooza. Think about that for a second. WrestlePalooza. Okay, so you call it WrestlePalooza. I guess it's kind of like a thing on Lollapalooza. You know, I mean, see some people out there on the internet saying, Vince might have had some stupid names, but for some events, but this is really stupid. I mean, to be honest with you, it may be a stupid name, but if it's a good event, nobody's going to care about the name. Right? Apparently, this is where John Cena is supposed to headline the match. They're saying this is the one where this is going to be the match where he faces Brock. So, obviously, if that match is going to be occurring there, it's going to sell a lot there. People start saying, well, WWE's like, counter program with AEW. Yeah, they kind of are. It really, it's kind of what's happening. I mean, what do you want to say? Right? I mean, AEW's never really done that to WWE. WWE's kind of doing it. At the end of the day, they are competition. They really are. AEW is, despite what anybody else thinks. WWE's just a bigger promotion. Do I think WWE should be putting a show on the same night as AEW All Out? No. No, I don't think at all. I mean, yeah, they do with NXT, but it's also NXT. This is a main roster card. You have John Cena on there. You're going to have probably Seth Rollins. You're going to have probably CM Punk there. So do I think they should be doing it? No. Seriously. I just don't think they should be. But we will find out the card eventually down the line. WrestlePalooza happening September 20th. Congratulations. Oh, well. All right. Moving on. Speaking of AEW, while we're at talking here before we move on to Heatwave, AEW had Forbidden Door this weekend on Sunday night, right? From the O2 Arena in London. A lot of good matches happened there, right? Mercedes Moné ended up retaining her title, right? Cope and Christian Cage end up, defeating Kip Sabian as well as Luchasaurus, right? MJF thought he won the AEW title, he didn't. Hangman Page ended up winning with a buckshot lariat. But the big news coming out of it, though, too, is the all lights out match that happened in the match. It was a crazy match. Darby Allin and Gabe Kidd took a massive fall onto a bunch of tables, right? At the end of it, Ospreay, and his team with Kenny Omega, what's it called? Kota Ibushi, that's it, right? A couple other people ended up winning the match. But at the end, though, John Moxley and the Death Riders, who were in the match too, the Young Bucks, who brought in gummy bears to attacks, yeah, they're making fun of themselves, right? Ended up attacking Will Ospreay, taking him out completely, damaging the hell out of his neck, beating him senseless while the door was closed and nobody can get back in. Obviously, this is probably writing off Ospreay. Like we're gonna find out probably on Wednesday what goes on with Will Ospreay. He is probably gonna be out for a while. They'll probably say indefinitely, which means he'll probably be out for about 6, 7 months. He has been battling injuries over the past number of months, right? Specifically his neck. So, best of luck to Will Ospreay. Hopefully, we'll see you soon. Maybe he'll be on. Maybe he'll be on Wednesday. Probably not though. Right? He's taking set to take time off due to injuries. Swerve Strickland as well is another one who's set to take time off. He was in a match and got beat up by Wardlow, the returning Wardlow. Oh, he joined the Callis clan. Let's see what happens with Wardlow here. It's like the third or fourth team he's been with and he's just done nothing with. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. Right? But Swerve Strickland is set to take time off too due to knee injuries. They're saying it's going to be knee surgery. Right? It's coming from Meltzer. Once you see what happens there, right? He probably will be out for a while. He has been dealing with a knee injury for a bit too. So, hey, best of luck to Will Ospreay. Best of luck to Swerve Strickland. See you back sometime probably next year. Hope you're doing well. We'll get through this. All right. Heatwave we had over the weekend as well. And some interesting things occurred out of this. One, Ethan Page and Chelsea Green, Team Canada, beat Team USA in a mixed tags match. Right? Ethan Page and Chelsea Green were both more over than anybody else in that entire thing. Right? In that match. More than their American counterparts. And it was in Lowell, Massachusetts. Like the second biggest city, I think, in Massachusetts. So, let me see what goes. Like, it's great for them. Obviously, they got it right over. Use the whole Team Canada stick thing there. It's a lot of fun. It is funny. So, good for them. We also saw Blake Monroe defeat Jordan Grace. Now, I know they were saying before Jordan Grace is going to spend a small bit of time in NXT. Well, there's a small time there so far. She has not won a title yet, which is quite surprising, actually. Right? And she's put more people over. Right? Now, Blake Monroe obviously makes sense, right? Blake Monroe there. Now, but she did end up putting JC Jane over. Right? And she never won the title against JC Jane. Right? So, let's just see what goes on with that. What they're going to do with Jordan Grace. She's going to be there for a little bit longer still. Right? Learn the WWE way. I don't know what she's doing there too. But honestly, they feel the women's division on Raw and SmackDown is full of people right now. So, I mean, we'll have to see what goes on with Jordan Grace. But I personally am surprised at the way they're treating Jordan Grace a little bit too. I fear maybe they would have had her win a title at this point here, have a little bit of a run, and then wham bam you lose, and wham bam you're on the main roster. Kind of surprised how that's going so far. But congratulations to Blake Monroe, though, the former Mariah May. Good for you. Also, speaking of JC Jane, she lost her TNA Women's title, Knockouts title, to not Master Slamovich. No. Ash by Elegance, a.k.a. Dana Brooke. Good for her, eh? She's really come a long way. Dana Brooke, or Ash by Elegance, has come such a long way from what she was in WWE to what she is now. Good for her. She's doing well, right? She's won her first major title, singles title that is, right? The TNA Knockouts title. That's huge. Good for her. She ended up winning a triple threat match there, too, where JC Jane's compadres got thrown out for interfering stuff, which led the Elegance group, pull out JC Jane after JC Jane did that knockout punch she does. And Ash by Elegance jumped on top rope and gave her a swanton onto Master Slamovich. And 1, 2, 3, Ash by Elegance wins the title. Now, a lot of people seem to be really happy about the whole outcome, let alone the match in general. So, We'll see how long this title is, whether they're eventually going to put on Slamovich again or not. But either way, the TNA title is back in TNA. Good. Good. Now, obviously, she's not obviously, JC wasn't have the same impact as Trick Williams was. Then again, JC also the women's champion on NXT. So, all right. Speaking of which, too, of NXT titles, Oba Femi defeated Javon Evans. Duh. Right? A little bit of controversy in it. Javon Evans did hit his finisher, right? He ends up rolling over close to the ropes, got his feet under the rope. One ref counts 1, 2, 3. The other ref sees it, says, no, no, no. His foot was under the rope. How many other times have we seen this and nothing's ever happened? Seriously. But anyway, restart of the match. Obafemi ends up winning. At the end of the match, though, Obafemi gets confronted by Ricky Saints, who earlier in the night said to Javon Evans, it's going to be absolute. Stating that if Javon Evans won, Ricky Starks going to challenge Javon Evans. Right? Turns out now we're getting Javon Evans not in this picture, although I'm sure he'll weasel his way in there somehow. Right? And you get Ricky Saints versus Obafemi, probably at No Mercy, which is the pay-per-view they announced, PLE, which they announced during the Heatwave show in September. You know, it's a possibility that this Dark State people, which like I can't stand really, is working for Ricky Saints. And they're going to attack Obafemi, causing Ricky Saints to win. So I don't think Ricky Saints can just beat Obafemi clean. Like Obafemi is probably going to keep that title for a while, unless somebody interferes the hell out of him. So, Ricky Saints versus Obafemi is probably set to go down at No Mercy. Hasn't been announced yet. Tuesday I'll probably announce it. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, big wrestling weekend. 2 events, something. And yes, I know. AEW Forbidden Door, Heatwave, same day. One was in London, though. One started at 1 o'clock in the afternoon here in Canada. The other one started at 8 o'clock Eastern Time here in Canada. But it's not really counter-programmed. I know some people are going to sit there going, oh, my Lord. But yeah. Oh, it was a good wrestling show, right? Heatwave there, too. We also ended up seeing Lola Vice become the number 1 contender for the women's title. Good for her. I like Lola Vice. Got a nice bum. Right? That's her whole gimmick. Right? But she actually gets her number 1 title shot out against JC Jane for the title. Good for her. I'm sure that might probably happen I think that's happening at No Mercy. So good for her. Yeah, not much else really to talk about there. Right? There was a tag team match against the Dark State guys. I didn't really pay attention to that because, well, I can't stand Hank and Tank. I tried. Can't stand him. Hey guys, that's it for the show here, right? Thanks for watching. This Canadian YouTube guy, Andrew, on DA Wrestling. Make sure you follow us on YouTube there. Hit the subscribe button, right? We're also on Spotify, Podbean. Make sure you follow us on TikTok at DA Sports. Make sure you follow us on X at DA Wrestling. We appreciate you guys. We thank you very much. Have yourself a good one. Talk to you soon. Find out what the hell's going on with that stuff there, too. But yeah, talk to you guys soon. Have a good one. Later.